going? Yep, it's going. So this is game 2 of the KSK Invitational Group B. And starting off in the top right-hand side of the map is the blue Terran who took game 1 from Hoodwinked, ZachThRipper. And spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map is the red Protoss, Hoodwinked. So looking for pretty standard play from the Terran on the opening. One thing we did notice from the Protoss player is pretty standard, but from the blue Terran, we are seeing a gas before racks. That generally means that he's going to go for some sort of Reaper opening, and it's pretty much the only opening that you could possibly do now as a Terran. It's the most standard opening. It gets you off a really good scout, it gets really good attack down, and does... Oh, he gets up the depot just in time. Perfect. Going to see a Reaper starting here very soon. And he is delaying it quite a bit. He does have the money to actually pump one out, but he may be saving up just for command center. But he should have something out on the map right now. He's getting Orbital, and there's the Reaper finally. Two gas from the Protoss player. That's actually very interesting. He probably going to try to go for some sort of robotics facility play again, try to get out 2 Immortals, or even tech up to air. If he does tech up to air, this is actually a really great map for that. Phoenixes or eventually Tempests. Not so great against Terran, but the map is really good for him. Wide openings on the back of the maps. Good attack avenues for Protoss players, and especially Oracles. Normally, Zerg and Terran players on this map against Protoss have to spend quite a bit on fixed defense, which can be very costly. You know, you're going to be wanting to be spending that on econ and spending it on workers, but instead you have to spend it on that static defense that may not be useful later on in the game. Reaper here looks like it's going to move in and just kind of poke in and see what's going on. The front of the base here has 2 Zealots, but they're not going to ever be able to chase this down. And if ZachThRipper kites well enough, he's going to be able to take out both of them. Good little poke here from the Reaper, and the Zealots take chase, but it's not going to be able to do much there. And just when Hoodwinked would have enough money to actually drop the Nexus, he actually isn't dropping the Nexus, and that little Reaper is actually delaying that expansion. Meanwhile, the blue Terran at the other side of the map has got his expansion fully up and running. He already has 1 worker on it. And in his main base, he's doing an excellent job with his money. He's being very cost effective. He has a very good defense down. And let's take a look at the income tab here. Pretty even, but... by getting double gas and getting that gas early, ZachThRipper was able to move up that tech tree a little bit quicker than his opponent. His opponent is finally getting has that robo facility, but doesn't really have the bank to do much with it. He's got a whole lot of upgrades and a whole lot of supply, but he doesn't have a lot of units, and he's slowly pumping them out right now, and isn't even getting any sort of research into Blink or anything like that. The robotics facility is a good touch. It looks like he's just probably going to try to get out a observer, see what's happening on the other side of the map. Scan goes down. He sees everything he needs to see. This is a pretty open ramp here. It's not even closed off, and everything's spread out really nicely. The Terran player could wait a little bit and actually tech up and get some medevacs, and it looks like he's getting 1 medevac here. With a tank, possibly a drop could be coming in right now. His second base is finally going to be saturated, and no upgrades from the Terran player so far. Now, from the bio play from game 1, Hoodwinked's adapting, and he's trying to get out Colossus out of the robo. 2 Colossus actually, just to try to defend here. His second base though is really delayed compared to his opponent. He's going to have to try to work on that and try to get out a lot more a better econ game earlier on. You know, even with the Reaper attack that you know is coming from Terran, you need to do your best and actually find those avenues. Sorry, I alt-tabbed. Find those avenues to build. You got to be careful with it. You know, instead of maybe building so many zealots off the top, you should be building a mothership core. Scan comes into the back of the base, and he's realizing that there's no static defense back here, and this Terran is going to do a drop and probably wreak quite a bit of havoc. His army is moving out to the front of the base, doesn't even know the scan went down, and it is as far away as possible as he can get. He's probably going to boost in here, drop his units, and just start eating away at these probes. Completely undefended. On the other side of the map, he is just getting his army up. He's building it up. Really good defense. This 2-base economy from this Terran, he's using it effectively and well. Here comes the boost in. Total of 9 workers he's going to pick up, and he's going to get out of here. One little hit off on that medevac right there, but it's not going to be enough to do really anything. Really good job there by ZachThRipper to get the aggression and get his opponent's economy off. Now, those 9 units, or those 9 probes that were lost, was really effective. If he could know that the worker count is off by 17 right now, he'd be pushing across the map. There's actually a very interesting unit comp here. He's got 3 Reapers in play. That's interesting that he would spend the money on a Reaper like that. He's getting a defensive posture, and he's sitting on a really large bank right now. He should be thinking about expanding even more if he wants to. But if he should just try to push off across the map and see what his opponent's doing. Somewhat similar army supply, but the unit comp for the Terran looks to be superior. Decent amount of Marauders, good tank to get rid of those shields. Those Adepts, though, if they use their shade ability and get on top of the tanks, those tanks could go away really quickly. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. He's just going to eat a few shots from the tanks and back off. So he's recognizing that he's probably behind right now. The 2 Reapers are going to be going across the map to try to do a counterattack. And back at home, the Protoss player doesn't really have anything. He hasn't even upgraded his Warp Gate tech to, not a Warp Gate, it's just a gateway right now. The 2 Reapers come in here uncontested. This one Stalker may be able to kill one if he does it well enough, but this attack here is going to be really bad. He does get that 1 Reaper, which is a really good pickoff. This Reaper is dead. There you go. Wow, the economy of ZachThRipper. He is doing such an excellent job utilizing his money, saturating his minerals, and really has a clear game plan on what he wants to do. This map lends itself to drops and air aggression and economy aggression, but neither player is actually opting to use that frequently. They're just playing pretty standard. Upgrades coming out here for just 1, level 1. Now ZachThRipper's got to be feeling pretty good right now. He's choosing to opt and move his army across the map right now. He's not even have anything in production. He's going to meet the Protoss player in the middle of the map, but it's not looking pretty good right now for the Protoss player, and he is backing off again. He is finally starting to research stim and concussive shells. Now, concussive shells is something that you want to be getting early on against a Protoss player as a Terran. If you got those Marauders, drops the scan, recognizes where the army is, and is deciding he's going to chase him back up his ramp. Without seeing that expansion there, he must feel like he's ahead right now, feeling pretty comfortable. And Hoodwinked's going to have to figure out something here and get his supply a little higher with his army. Otherwise, this is going to be a 2-0 for ZachThRipper. Feeling pretty confident with the Terran player right now. He has a really good unit composition. And the Protoss player, he's getting Warp Gate tech. That's what that noise is. Really good SimCity over here from the Terran player. He's got a ton of Stargates. That's quite a bit, actually, for only being on 2 bases. But 2 reactors on each. Is this Econ got enough to do that? 1,200? Yeah, I guess so. He's going to move in right now. Great engagement right now. Tanks finally siege up. But those Colossi are just eating through this bio. All the medevacs in the world aren't going to do much with that. But the tanks come through in the end and push back all the Colossi. Hoodwinked's army supply right now is sitting at an abysmal 14. And he can't really do much beyond this right now. This game's going to be over very quickly. It's going to start sieging up the line. 1 tank there may get taken out. But the Vikings are going to make short work of that Colossi. No upgrades, no real upgrade advantage for the Protoss player. And the Terran player, ZachThRipper, is just using it effectively. He's recognizing it, he's moving in. Clear plan of attack. Hoodwinked gives a big old laugh. Realizes it's probably over for him. And the GG's called by the Protoss player. And the I played bad GG. I don't know if he played bad. He played pretty well. And ZachThRipper takes game number 2.